Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining us once again for the Friday night panel featuring Mike Orr and myself.
Yeah, man. Yep. The diehards.
Hey, shout out to
Tim.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, man.
Tim Witherspoon, two-time world heavyweight champion. He's recovering in hospital, hopefully in great care. A little bit of about pneumonia, but I'm sure he'll be back on his feet pretty soon and back with us.
Definitely.
We have, well, as I was telling you, Mike, we've got Eddie Montalvo lined up as a special guest, but he's out of California and might have gotten the time zone a little bit mixed up. So,
yeah, that does suck. It happens quite often to me as well. I always forget. And, when we're dealing with all these guys all over the place and all these different time zones, it is hard. It sucks.
Are you familiar with Eddie and his background?
Yeah, a bit. He was born and raised in New York, Spanish Harlem, alongside one of boxing's greatest fighters, Hector Macho Camacho, and Alex, the Bronx Bomber.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that we were going to talk to him about is his affiliation or his how do we say, his networking partnership with the Retired Boxers Foundation. So that's near and dear to Tim Witherspoon's heart.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So I was gonna hopefully he rings up, and because I'm sure our producer's on his tail right now. But hopefully he rings us pretty soon and talks to us. But anyway, Eddie Montalvo, he's out in California these days, having moved there from Spanish Harlem in New York City. And for about 30 odd years or so, it looks to me, he's been working with all sorts of people, building their fame and fortunes, quite frankly. So it's kind of neat that he's giving back to the community and working for the foundation on behalf of retired boxers and giving them the support that they need. Anyway,
him and his partner Miles Harlow Khan, they founded Jurican Entertainment and Sports Inc. That's one of the things that he's working on. So he's definitely busy, man. He's definitely busy. He's got a lot going on.
He's got a lot going on for sure.
He's definitely got a lot going on. Also what Mr. Hollywood a little bit. He's got that Hollywood connection. He did that for a little while.
He absolutely seems to. Absolutely.
It sucks that we don't have him in right now, but we'll see what we can do. But yes, Eddie Montalvo, wow, legend. He's definitely been around a long time. He competed in the Golden Gloves, won a medal. Empire State Games.
One of his sparring partners was Roberto Duran.
Yeah, Roberto Duran, also Mark Breland, also Wilfredo Gomez, and Wilfred Benitez, I think it is.
Yeah. So back in the day, but
he's got.
Anyway, I'm sure he'll be on the show. If not tonight, someday soon.
No, definitely.
We've got some cards on the go right now, don't we?
So, oh my gosh, yes we do.
We've been entertained all day. If you
man, it's starting at 1:00, man. We've been entertained. We got to talk about it. I mentioned him before. Card out of Austria, DAZN, Filip Hargrovic. We talked about him.
We have.
For the International Boxing Federation international heavy title. He has regained or won this title. He is now improved to 13-0. So so some of the other names on that card are very not known. They're really not known. Austria, not too many big names, but Hargrovic, we've talked about him. The guy's making some moves. Real big heavyweight. It's great. I'm glad he came through with that victory. Definitely going to go back and rewatch that fight, guys. You should check it out. That one started really early. Other than that, we had a few, man. We also had today in France, USA ESPN Plus. We had a few Tony Yoka, and Peter Milas. Wow, guys, wow. I'm not even going to spoil it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let you guys go and check that one out. Tony Yoka, one of my favorites here. Haven't seen him in the ring in a long time, actually. And it's good to see him out. Another good heavyweight. He's ranked, 1 out of 9 in France, 15 out of 1,082 in the world in the heavy. He's only 29 years old. He's got lots ahead of him, man. 80% knockout artist. Is 10-0, 8 KOs.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
So, guys, check out these wonderful cards that are going on. And then not even that, man. There's more. There's way more. That's just another card. There are some other names on there that might not be known, but those are some of the best fights, man. So we can't really complain about that. Right. We definitely had some going on over in the UK. Unfortunately, not streamed or televised, which kind of sucks. It's unfortunate that we haven't had the opportunity to help these guys stream their fights yet.
That's correct.
which we'll be bringing to you soon.
Which we could do.
Yes. Also, Eggington, Sam Eggington, for the WBC silver middle title.
Yep.
Headlining that card, West Midlands, United Kingdom. Can't wait to see this one. I believe this one's already started. I'm gonna have to go back and restart it. But another great card, real stacked. You got Michael Hennessy Jr.'s on that card. We got Isaac Chamberlain, Steve McKenna. Stephen McKenna, Tommy Welch. We got some really, really talented fighters on this card. What I like is some of these guys are, under 10 fights. They're the new, the young, the hungry. What I like, the guys that I like to push, Also, tonight, hasn't started yet, Oscar Valdez and Robson Canseco? I don't know, I can't even pronounce it, man. I really got to learn this shit. Also on that card.
Hold on. We get so many comments. Actually, we get more comments about your mispronunciations.
I bet.
Great. You're doing great. We love your commentary, but you gotta practice.
Right? I gotta do a Google pronunciation before I get on here, and then try to remember them all at once. Right? Ridiculous.
I think real actors or broadcasters, I think they actually speak in front of the mirror to I don't know, maybe move.
They do all those mouth exercises. So
anyway, I interrupted. Sorry, but it's funny, sports fans out there.
Yes,
we get so many comments about Mike's mispronunciations. It's actually pretty funny. So anyway.
So you know what? I can't disappoint the fans. So I got to keep I got to keep it up. Also on that card, Casino del Sol, Tucson, Arizona, the Valdez card. Under that, we have Junto Nakatani, guy out of Japan. Talked about him a few months ago. That's for the WBO World Fly title against Angel Acosta. It's going to be a great fight. Also on the card, we got Gabriel Flores Jr. against Luis Alberto Lopez Vargas. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that one, eh? and on this card as well, one of my favorites to watch, Xander Zayas. Check him out. He might not be known to a lot of you guys. Super welter, 9-0. He's just one of these guys, man. You got to check him out. I love watching him every time he's in the ring. He never disappoints. But Gabriel Flores Jr., man, 20-0 against Vargas, who's 22-2. It's definitely going to be a great card. I can't wait to see this, guys. Get off your ass. Get out there. Start watching this. Come on, support the fighters. But we've got fights all over the world. Unfortunately, they're not all televised or streamed. But,
and the good news is that Eddie Montalvo will be joining us very shortly.
Oh, awesome! That's great. Yeah. So I'm ecstatic. Tony Yoka. Let's talk about him. That card. He dropped Miles twice. Stopped him in the 7th round. So there's just a little taste of what happened on that card. But go watch it. Don't just listen to what I said. Go out and watch it. Guys, I did the homework to tell you what fights to watch. So go out and watch this fight. Enjoy it. It'll be great.
I thought you weren't going to spoil it.
I had to spoil that one, man. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it, man. I couldn't help it. I had to let people know. Yes. But other than that, it's a great fight weekend. I'm excited.
It is
And
totally.
I've been watching fights since 12 o'clock this afternoon. I'm going to continue to watch fights right into the evening, and I'm going to continue to bevy it up a little bit and put my feet up and enjoy myself.
It's going to be interesting when we get Eddie on. I'm kind of curious because when we get a lot of these uh, boxers who kind of moved around the spectrum career wise, I wonder whether he's still in tune with the boxing scene, especially on the West Coast. Because they have their own kind of scene out there. Golden Boys out there. They're
Yeah,
they're a few hours drive from Las Vegas. So I have to wonder if he's still in tune, and whether he can fill us in on what's going on the West Coast, because we rarely get the West Coast viewpoint.
yeah, true. It's very true. Very true. Hopefully he is, and I can't wait to ask him.
And there goes
Pretty,
Mike. Oh,
pretty stoked for what I'm pretty stoked for, which I think is hilarious. Well, we don't have the Golden Boy fighting this weekend. Well, tomorrow because
oh,
he's he's up in hospital with COVID, and so he's laid up right now. And who took his spot is none other than I believe 57 at this age, or 57 years old, Evander Holyfield.
yeah,
Evander is going to be fighting Vitor Belfort.
yeah.
That's incredible. That's incredible. And and on top of that, we have Anderson Silva fighting Tito Ortiz. Why has nobody talked about this at all? They are going to box each other. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
I
What
know.
is this the new thing for the retired MMA guys? Hey, I'm gonna go see what I can do in the boxing world.
That's right. I'm gonna go make some money in the boxing world.
Yeah.
But Evander Holyfield's son is fighting next week. I think it is. I can't remember on what card, but I was mentioning him today during the Nooner News, bringing everyone up to speed on what's
The
happening.
nooner.
But it's interesting to see because Evander
His
Holyfield.
last fight, he looked really good. He looked really good in his last fight. I was pretty impressed. Only time will tell if he's got what his dad has.
Well, and even his dad was saying to the press, which we've reported on, how fit he is and how he's passing on that message to the young fighters to keep fit, to keep ready, because you never know when that call is going to come for you to get into the ring. And he was happy to accept the challenge and looking forward to it and having some fun, quite frankly. And that's
Yeah.
the right attitude. So,
You know what? There's nothing more fun in the world than standing in the ring and punching somebody in the face. Like it doesn't get more fun than that. Like, what other fun is there out there? You stand in the ring, you get to punch somebody, they punch you back. It's great. It's wonderful. Maybe somebody goes to sleep, maybe somebody doesn't.
oh man,
It's unfortunate.
just ask Gabriel Matthew.
Yeah, Cedric agrees with me. Yes, you're right, Mike. Thank you, Cedric. Yes, there is nothing like getting in the ring and punching people and getting punched. It's great. It's great. I've never been so unangry. Like I've never been so. When I get in the ring and I hit stuff, it would take the world, exploding for me to get angry. It's crazy.
Right.
It takes so much. It's such a stress reliever. Honestly, people, if you don't want to box, just get a heavy bag, man. Hang it at your house. Just go and hit it, man, and relieve all that stress. It's so good for you. It's cardio is good for you. All the benefits, pros. Get a heavy bag. Trust me, you'll love it. You'll
And
love it.
it doesn't hit you back.
Well, it depends on how heavy it is and how hard you hit it. It could come back and get you, but
If I were to hit it, I'm sure it wouldn't move.
oh, Grant, you got to give yourself more credit than that, man. Uh, yes, great stress reliever. Trust me. It makes it easy to deal with kids. Oh, and the nagging wife.
Oh, man. You could be world champ in the bag, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
All right, what else do I got? I had tons on. I'm looking forward to that big whatever they call it, the mountain versus the arm wrestler guy. I mean, it's just gonna be a scrap, right? It's just gonna be a
It's
scrap.
honestly, you have two of like the biggest men like on the planet. You know what I mean? And these guys are gonna just slug the living. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But the mountain doesn't look like he does back in Game of Thrones time. He's
Right.
really trimmed up. He's
Well,
really taking this
not that
serious.
we saw him. He was covered in armor from head to toe.
Yeah, but you could tell he was just one solid piece of person, right? Like there was nothing else, man. That wasn't armor, man. That was him. But yeah, no, he's trimmed up. He's got he's really gotten in shape, and he looks good. But
Hey, out of curiosity, do you know this is their first fight for each of them? Is this their debuts?
no, no, he's had a few.
Okay, because I was
Yeah,
wondering now, after that discussion about getting angry and hitting things, I'm wondering if guys like that, who aren't, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, aren't exactly professional boxers. Like they haven't been boxing their entire life. They've taken up the sport, fair enough. Enjoyed the sport, fair enough. But I wonder if
yeah.
they're the type of guys who do get angry when they get hit.
Oh yeah,
And you know,
for sure, man. When you're that big, you get pissed off if you can't wipe your ass. Like, come on, like these guys are massive. They've got huge, like, oh my god, yeah, man. They would get mad for sure, for sure. You
so
know,
that's what I'm saying.
they, they,
I'm
they,
actually.
they,
I hope we get it here. But if not, I'll definitely catch it on YouTube later. But the point is, I'm looking forward to it.
oh, I can't wait. You know what? You know what sucks though. I really wanted it to be against Eddie Hall. Thor versus Eddie Hall would have been great, but apparently Eddie Hall had to bow out
Yeah,
due to injury, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
either that or his steroid shipment didn't come in.
But you know the real reason I'm watching that fight
Yeah,
because the undercard.
yeah, we talked about her already. We talked about her on Female Friday. Yes, man. Yes, don't worry, I'll be watching that too.
MTK Global do not know how lucky they are.
Oh man, yeah, they do. Of course they do. That's why they're like, ha ha, we can afford to put these morons on the card. But yeah, no, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You know what? I'd like to see two big guys like that slug the crap out of each other. Like, let's see it happen.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking
You know,
forward to it.
it's gonna be great. Thor, geez, wow. We'll see. We'll see if the mountain really could protect. What was it, Cersei's?
Yeah. Something like
Game of Thrones. What's next? Ronald McDonald's getting in the ring? Wow. Wow.
Beating up the Hamburglar. All
Oh,
right.
definitely. You know what? Yeah. Sorry, Tim. Sorry, Tim. You couldn't be there. Speedy recovery, man. Uh,
Absolutely.
hopefully, we see you back soon. Yeah, I know he really enjoys this. I know he loves getting, back into the up to date of boxing. It's great. And man, we miss his stories. Come on.
Oh, absolutely. The
Yeah.
guy's a great color commentator because no matter who you mention, he's
Oh,
got.
he knows him. He knows him. He knows everybody. Hey, do you know Bob who lives in Cincinnati? Oh, fuck yeah, man. He knows
Exactly.
everybody, man. He's the guy to know in the boxing world, apparently.
Yes, and a good friend of ours, and
Yeah,
as I said earlier, speedy recovery. All power to you, Tim. Love you.
yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
And his son and his grandson.
Oh yeah, man. Well, he said when he returns, he's going to try to have all three of them,
Yeah, that's gonna be
the three
amazing.
Tims.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
I don't know how we're going to tell them apart.
I know because they're all great speakers, eh? I guess
Right.
that's the funny thing. I mean,
I'm just going to continuously be like, Tim, can I ask you a question?
yeah, and yeah, because
Oh, that's great.
Tim Jr. is great. I mean, have you found his podcast yet? By the way,
He invited me on.
oh, oh, all right.
Yeah, yeah. After we talked after the show when he came on, he told me to come on his show and shoot the shit, man.
Actually, speaking of Philadelphia, I think there's a card going on in Philadelphia this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I'm usually not.
Yes, actually, Christian Carto versus Issan Vargas. Yeah, that's
Is that tonight or is that going on tomorrow night?
that's tonight. 2300 Arena, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's the Independence show, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
yes, it is.
So more power to the Independence. Two thumbs
Yeah,
up.
definitely power to the independents, man. All these young, new promoters, these new promotion companies, they're killing it, man.
Yep.
I've said it many times. I give a lot of respect to like Boston Boxing Promotions, Assassin Promotions, Sportinarium, like all these young, hungry companies that are trying to get their slice of the pie now, and take it away from these big guys, man. The big guys can't have it all, There's way too many fighters out there for the big guys to have it all. It's got to be split up, and it's about time that these young guys start to really do well, and it's great to see. I love it. There's so many of them, and we've talked to so many fighters and interviewed so many fighters that are on some of these smaller promotions, right? You know, Wade Jones, there's one of them right there. He's fighting down in Mexico on a smaller promotional company, but they're getting the job done. He's getting the W's, and he's advancing through his career nicely. It just goes to show you that you don't always have to be with the big guy,
Yeah, exactly.
right? You don't have to be with the big guy. You can get the fights.
As Ray says, so long as you have the skills to pay the bills.
That's it, man. That's it. Skills to pay the bills. Yeah, man. Or a very vicious left hook. Followed by a nice uppercut and maybe well, in my case, because of the Thai boxing, it would be a short elbow, but can't do that in boxing. Unfortunate.
No, but you can bite an ear off.
Yo, you know what? Now that Mike Tyson's a vegan, do you think he would still do that today?
Well, that goes to my whole point about whether you get angry or not in the ring.
You know what? I wonder if they had a rematch, would Holyfield bite his ear off?
No, but you know what? Holyfield said something to the effect of that he was looking forward to getting back in the ring with Mike Tyson and not worried about it because he's already beaten him once.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but Mike Tyson looks like a different kind of animal right now.
Yeah, totally.
He's kicked all his bad habits. He's cleaned up his eating. He looks great for his age. And honestly, man, the guy, he's fast. He's fast, man. Still at this age, he's dangerous. Like, didn't they wanted to have an exhibition fight, Fury and Tyson, right?
Yeah.
They were trying to get that going. But how good would it look if the heavyweight champion of the world got knocked out by a 53-year-old man? Which was a huge possibility. We're talking about the guy who invented the peekaboo.
If you want a good laugh, check out some of the comments that Fury has been throwing and Wilder's been throwing back at Fury, but mainly Fury's comments. They're absolutely hilarious. I mean, I was reading these off again during the nooner, and I couldn't keep a straight face. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, it's one thing. It's one thing to say thing with bravado and pride, and say, I'm in top shape. I'm going to win. But the stuff. If you guys out there in boxing land want a good laugh, go check.
Oh, did you see
out? It was on the Nooner show.
Did you see the sit down with those two across the table from each other?
I didn't see the act. No, I was just reporting on it. I could literally.
You guys out there in boxing land, go check out the Wilder Fury sit down at the table where they have that head to head little discussion. Oh man, you got to see what happens after the tape stopped rolling and then the behind the scenes, man. It got pretty heated. They were yelling at each other crazy. Some training videos popped up of Wilder. It says straight up. It says no telegraph in the right. He's not telegraphing, man, and he's got some moves. He's been working on some stuff, but does he have what it takes to beat the Gypsy King?
I like Wilder.
You know what? I do like Wilder. I always have. You don't accumulate a 41-0 record with 40 knockouts, by being a shit boxer. And you don't get a bronze medal at the Olympics because you don't have skill. Like to get to the Olympics, to achieve a medal in world status in the amateurs, you have to have some sort of skill level. I'm sorry.
Right.
The thing is that he's been banging out people with that right hand for so long. It was just that easy, Hey, oh, you're done, right? That's all it was. That was the whole fight. hey, I'm gonna chase you around like this. I'm gonna chase you around like oh my god, oh I got you again. You know, you throw 41 punches and knock out 41 people. What happens? Or 40? Who gives a shit at this point? 40 something knockouts. Like, come on.
Right.
But he does have skill. He does have skill. You cannot be an Olympic medalist without some sort of skill in your craft. I'm sorry. But you can get lazy as hell and just use that, one punch knockout thing that you have and just rely on that. And I think he just relied on it too much to the point where, Fury just, had his number that day and got him.
Right.
Right? I love how he sat back going, made the whole world think that him and Fury and Joshua were going to fight for this undisputed shit. Well, he's sitting back going, ha ha ha, I'm going to use the lawyers. Meh. Like, thanks, bud. Thanks, jerk off, making the whole world wait. The whole world waited for like almost a damn year, man, to find out you were going to pull the, hey, lawyer string. Pull the lawyer card.
True.
Yeah, man. You know what? Since he did that, he better knock the shit out of him. Pulling that crap, he better make this fancy. Yeah. If not, he better get knocked out fancy. That's it. Yeah.
I'm just like you, ready to see that heavyweight division just start making some moves. I want to see some moves because there are a lot. We've been mentioning a lot of great heavyweight contenders out there.
Oh,
week after week, quite frankly. As a matter of fact, there's some fighting right now.
And there's some big prospects too, man. Jared Big Baby Anderson. We got like, man, there's such a wonderful amount of guys that are just sitting back and waiting in the heavyweight division. You know what? The heavyweight division used to be the division. That's what everybody talked about. That was the top thing. Boxing. Everybody heavyweight. Yep. Nobody's talking about heavyweight now. Nobody ever talks about heavyweight. We're talking about guys between 140 and 160.
Right. Speaking of 140 and 160, at 7:34 p.m., let's welcome our guest tonight, Eddie Montalvo.
Yeah,
he's out in the West Coast. He's phoning in, probably from Hollywood. As opposed to us, we're in Toronto. Anyway, Eddie's had a great career from what we can ascertain. Maybe he can tell us otherwise. Oh, it's been shit my whole life. Things have gone wrong. But, and there he is. Oh my gosh, he's even wearing a mask for us.
Yes, I have to because my breathing. I've got breathing issues, so I have to wear a mask.
Right.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's going on, chap? Let me see if I can see everyone on the screen. I'm trying to get the whole screen. There you go. Hi, how you doing?
We're doing great. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Eddie.
No. Thank you for having me.
Definitely a legend. Definitely a legend in the game.
We were saying earlier we didn't know actually where to begin. I mean, we could start off by asking you about Spanish Harlem, going way back when, to what are you doing these days, and then of course there's the foundation to support retired boxers. It's So anyway, there's tons of things to talk about. And we didn't know where to start. Maybe you could start. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I'm actually on the East Coast.
Oh, you're in the East Coast.
I'm actually not too far. I have strong ties in Toronto, but we'll get into that later on. I'm not too far from you guys. I'm just between Buffalo and Rochester.
Oh, that's pretty close. Yeah.
You're in Watkins Glen.
Appreciate you guys having me. It's a lot to talk about, but to start, I was a former amateur boxer. Didn't progress in the sport. I wasn't disciplined. I was a pretty good boxer, better street fighter, but disciplined. I was what they have called back then a troubled youth, but got involved with the PAL and. Again, growing up in East Harlem wasn't easy back in the late 60s, 70s, and early 80s. And I grew up alongside, may he rest in peace, Hector Macho Camacho. Him and I were, we were more, I don't really like talk much about Hector. Me and him were more like brothers. People knew Hector as the macho man, the showman, the charismatic, the problematic, the guy with the issues and so on. I knew Tito, I knew Hector, I knew Little Man. But long story, that comes at a different podcast.
Sounds good.
Yeah, after after it was a tough journey for me. After going through a lot of ups and downs, I got myself situated in a position where I could have helped Hector and other fighters, with respect to some didn't make it that far, some didn't make money like that, So it's basically advocating, like with Alex Ramos with the Retired Boxers Foundation, um, seeking any kind of help for other fighters. Got involved with John, the Iceman Scully, who was a top contender, light heavyweight contender, a top amateur. He's from New England. Everybody knows Iceman John Scully. So I joined him, and we do amateur boxers reunion. As a result, we do fundraisers, such as the one where Tim Witherspoon, Mike Tyson, Iris Meek, and the rest were a few weeks ago, and others. The upcoming one, October 15th, in L.A., alongside the West Coast Boxing Hall of Fame's event that weekend. There's another boxers reunion and fundraiser. So what we do on this end is basically support fallen fighters in this case, those that are down and out, need help. We do a lot for Wilfred Benitez, McClellan, Gerald, and Richard Colon, who in some form or other is related to me through my wife, very close to that kid. Yeah, so it's basically boxing doesn't have a union. Professional boxers don't have a boxers professional union. I think it's necessary because a lot of fighters are journeymen. Not all become world champs.
Right.
A lot of them is used as bait, mismanaged. A lot of things go on. They're not told the back end of it. And so we try to teach throughout these reunions and fundraisers and gatherings, bring awareness. I'm really involved with another gentleman up there. That's why I say up in Toronto. We got strong ties. But there's a gentleman named Joey Mello. Joey Mello is the brother of the late Hurricane Eddie Mello.
Yes.
Okay? And Joey and I, since we've met throughout the years, in conjunction with the former world champs like Iceman, Junior Jones, Iran Barkley, you name. I mean, the list is all public. The list goes on. I mean, like Michael Spinks and so on. Some that can't attend, like Mike Tyson's always busy. We get signed memorabilia to auction. So this is what we do now in order to bring more awareness that, hey, boxers do need a union. They need something to fall on. They need a pension. What happens when they get hurt in the ring? Promoters are not going to look. Recently, this girl, Jeanette Secarias, may she rest in peace.
Yes.
It's sat real deep in,
It's very sad. Very sad.
2 years ago, I started advocating for within the sport of women's boxing. Christy was already, on her last leg. I worked with Mia, Christy, Brooke Deardoff, Mary McGee. I mean, you name them, Shannon O'Connell. I've worked with over 30 some odd females, some former chapter current. I'm close with the Serrano sisters, Amanda Serrano. All that is good and dandy. But when you have mismatches, which causes death, it's a big issue, And these are a lot of the things that go on with when we gather and, we go to different countries. Like I was saying, with Joey Mello, Ice Scully, and others, we take youth from different parts, like Toronto. Some of the kids out there have gone to Puerto Rico. We've gone to Portugal. We've gone to England. Others we've gone to Australia. So the thing is to take the kids out of the inner city, bring them with former champs to other countries or other tournaments, other regions, and bring them awareness. So, you bring a former champ, and in this case, Iran Barkley. Iran Barkley should have been set. What happened? The mismanagement. So it's a lot with bringing these champs. It's not about bringing the champ where he could sign an autograph for you. We wanted that champ to tell you the story.
Yeah.
Why he's at where he's at today. Pros and cons of that. With that comes more union throughout the states. So we have a bunch of people that are willing to come on. But what's the avenue do we take for a professional boxers union, Eric? How do we go about that? We're going to present it as a state legislative thing per commission. Do we go national? Would it apply international? You see, so there's a lot of stuff going on there that I've been researching, and I think we have a way to create it. What would it hold weight? Who's going to come on board? What kind of people we're going to have on board to assist us? But I say, we know what professional boxers do need a pension, starting with the promoters. You figure if I know it's about numbers, but God, you got a guy making $250,000. You got somebody in the forearm making $1,000. Geez, he can give 10,000 of that.
Right.
And that's the thing. Numbers got to make sense. I get it. You're still $1 million is $1 million. You're still spending $1 million, but divvy it up properly, make it sense, but put some into a pension where something happens. Insurance will take care of something, but that person, or God forbid they die, their children or that family's taken care of. It's not about the monies they're giving of themselves. What are you giving back? Bringing awareness to the promoters, getting involved with the commissions, the sanctioning bodies. A lot of that has to do with how a professional boxers unit is going to be successful, you see? And that's where me and Timmy Witherspoon and others were speaking. We have to get harder on it. We can't just speak it. We have to, get out there. We have to get to, if necessary, get to Washington, because it has to be done.
That's wow.
Yeah,
it's a heavy subject. It's very, I'm pro for it. I think it's a wonderful idea. And when these guys are making these big amounts of money for their fights, they're already paying out, their promoters, their managers, their cut men, the sanctioning bodies. Why can't they pay an extra little bit into some sort of union that covers, them in the future, or them if something happens? Something like that should be, put into effect. But how long do you think it would take to get something like that out and moving?
I had a conversation with one of Tim's partners, and
it's a long.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You there, Eddie?
Eddie, can you hear us? Can't hear you?
So I had a little.
Okay.
I had a conversation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was just wondering how long would it take? How long, like from today? How long would it take to see something hit the ground and start rolling? How long do you think it would take to get a union moving?
Well, it's a matter of me gathering those parties that are going to, it's easy. A bunch of people together. We need a team that's going to get to work. We a bunch of people, but it's not about me taking the lead or who's going to take the lead. But as that person is taking the lead, we need to ensure everybody stays in their lane. We need to ensure we've got that attorney's there. We've got that operations person is there. We got the right people in place right now. But it's just who's going to be full term. We can't, we can't start something. We have to. It's a long-term project that's not going to happen. We start this over the weekend and have it present for Monday. But how far is that going to go if we don't have the parties? We have to have the parties involved. We've emails and communications, but it's not like it's closing.
Right.
So I'll work and I'll get back with you with the rest of the guys that are on board. Like Jeff Fenich out in Australia, Nigel been out. In the States we've got many. But I like not just about us. I like to get to the chat in Europe, in Africa, 4 chancellors that are still with us. Every weight in what they say and what they act. And I think it's only legitimate if they're with us to come and push this, because it's the only way by those who've been there, have lived it, and are living it right now after. Everybody's at the Ram, not everybody's at Sugar. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
you know, it
There's still those guys that are out there working
education
60
right
hours
now
a week.
in where I'm at. I mentor a lot of army. What was that?
Oh, I'm saying, yeah, there are those
I didn't.
boxers still out there working, 40 to 60 hours a week that, still have to train full time and they don't get anything and they get nothing, right? So
Yeah,
it's unfortunate that
yeah.
that's the way it is, but
You know, and that's where the education now comes with the boxing is another avenue, another side of the sport where it's an amazing sport and stuff. But again, as they want to give belts to everybody, it's all about no humility. You have to go to the foundation of, of the sport of amateur boxing. It's not about how flashy, how bad you are, because it's not boxing. Amateur boxing is a way of life, you see, and
yeah,
with it comes a lot of responsibility. With like trying to do the right thing, education, bonding with your community, doing civic service, law enforcement with the community. There's a lot of stuff involved with boxing at an amateur level, and it's different ways. So us with the amateur boxers reunion, it's a lot of stuff where we're going to expand now, and hopefully, I'm out the bag a little bit. We've got a bunch of former amateur and world champs, formers that like myself, although I won bronze and won Eastern Regionals in '85, and I won a bronze at the medal '85 Empire State Games. Never went pro. But there's experiences behind all of these things, all of these individuals, all of us.
right.
So if we're going to take sort of a boxing academy mentorship program on them, we're going to take it to each city with former champs, where we do a tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like we did in Toronto, we did it 2 years back, 18, 19. Joel did it in honor of his brother. Because it's tough
Right.
to bring fighters. I have to charge because I have to charge this. Thing is to join former champs that've been there, whether they've got millions and made it to the top, or whether they were like an Iran Barkley, they were way down, like I'm just throw a name out there, like a Rocky Lockridge, Taylor, you feel me? And these people together in an environment where it's not just about a competition, it's about teaching you into a different realm of the sport of amateur boxing already been there. It just gives the children or the youth like all while at the same time a reflection, like, hey, I don't want to end up like that. Not negatively, like, damn, I don't want to be like that, but meaning, gosh, they went through a tough journey to that point that I'm good, but I didn't become a champ, got nothing to fall back on. I studied law, I work in sanitation, I'm a carpenter. Whatever you do, there's a form of that's done that. An electrician, you name it. We have everything, psychologists, and that's the key. We have to get our youth. That way they won't need, a boxers union support, And so
Right.
it's a lot involved. It's just so much, guys, that, sometimes those are not really in it. Distinctions in the, but if you lived it and you've lived it the way I've lived it, possible with the right people. How can we get all these people together to come to reunions? Why can we do the same thing to form a union? You see what I'm saying? Because
Right.
it's necessary. So we take to. There are several out there. You have Alexis Ramos, the Boxers Union. You have WBC has a boxers. Something else out there. Why don't you just one bring all this one? You don't need to go to different. People can have their organizations, but one where that's where medical bills are coming. That's where your monthly, when you retire. That's what we need to set up people for. And again, shit, I don't like to snap my fingers up, but it's a process that hasn't been worked on, just been basically
Right.
like it's been drafted and took on. But now we need the people that are coming up. Now it's time to legitimize this and put it on paper and get the ball rolling. You know what I mean?
What kind of feedback?
From different places and the communications and the time.
What kind of feedback and response are you getting from, say, what kind of feedback and response are you guys getting when pushing a union from the youth? Like from, say, the guys that are, 5 fights under their belt, new into the game, only a year professional. What are their thoughts on forming a union? All choppy.
That some fighters to almost that peak, but just couldn't get across to make that, to get that title. But wind up broke. Reflect like, wow, is it really like that? Some kids that don't even don't think of turning pro. They'll take amateur and they move on. Because if you're not in it wholeheartedly, then it's a dangerous sport. Make money a different way.
Right.
So educating the parents as well. It's not just the youth. The parents have to be involved. Because again, taking it back again, it is so recent. Girl, she rest in peace. Although her father couldn't brought to the fight, and he told her no, don't stuff. And okay, she's 18 and she wants to do it and thing. I still would let her. I'm not blaming nobody's what it is. I'll write up a piece on it. But all could be avoided. People behind youngsters blowing smoke up their asses. Let's be honest. Not everybody's going to champion. I've been in this game for a long time. He knocked out twice and not nice. Just like this last one that took her life.
She was convulsing on her feet.
Sign up for the 6th roundup. For crying. I don't care what nobody says. They come up there. Everybody.
She was unfit to get in that ring. She was unfit to be in the ring.
She wound up losing her.
Yeah.
Because it's convenient up there. Because I love my Canadian friends. I know if I'm going to die, I die. She didn't say that because she knew she was going to die in Canada. Oh, I die up in the ring. No matter in what language, saying don't take it out of context. Well, if I die, I die.
Yeah.
Meaning that she knew she was going to die. She could risk it, and it happened. Get the fuck out of here. It's just so personal to me. We have to educate everyone around the board because there are out there. Take it. That's one of the reasons representing and advocating, because I can't somebody as purse. I'm not going to get you an opponent that's easy for you. I don't work like that. If you're scared, then don't box, period.
Right. You don't play boxing.
On today, the egos are taking over the sport. In Okro. And I think, money with the being beat out now, pause. You think somebody wants to give away money to hogs? You're eating off the kids and the girls and the guys. Coming up that went up there. You could do this now and out there hurting. Get them a house. Your first show, you could buy 5 former boxers where they were champions. A house. Right off, idiot. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have people behind those people that got the money. Hey, you're making a lot of money. You're going to buy. Don't be greedy. Give a little. You're for a table that they doing that. They ain't who they want. Are you kidding me? You got people that lost their decades. people, 40 million from a few million, you can sport. And that's what I draw the line. I get out. All that being in, I went to the fights, but I just a man and John left fight in Ohio the weekend before. The car was pretty decent, but because I consider like my niece and man. But again, it's a natural, educate the person in life. That's my goal in life. Education, teach. So that way we can, avoid a lot of the things that's going on. And the union is going to play a big role in this. And again, it's a matter of.
It's just a matter of time. Matter of time.
Over the weekend regarding the podcast, have them listen on it and stuff like that. We really need to get the new vote. Guys, if it disconnects, I didn't go get my back, but talk to you because I was out.
Well, we're almost out of time anyway.
Yeah, definitely, Eddie. You'll have to come back definitely again. We're almost out of we're almost out of time. But honestly, the movement that you guys are doing, I think is fantastic. I believe that the young guys today that are in boxing making these millions and millions of dollars should put some money into a union or a pension or something to take care of the guys that paved the way for them to make that money. If you don't take care of the guys who found started and paved the way for you, you wouldn't be there. So you should be able to give back, man. And these boxers should be thinking, about their future and when they might need it. It's incredible. And honestly, boxing needs something like this.
Their future, teach them to invest in their future.
Yeah, definitely.
It is.
It is. It's great. Honestly, I'm behind it 100%. And any way that we can help, any way that we can help, let us know.
I think he's losing battery power fast.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. I'm here. Give me a second.
All right.
Give me a second.
One of the issues that was explained to me is the employer-employee relationship that needs to be established in order to form a union. So a lot of the people who are making money, say from ticket sales, they don't employ; they're merely promoters. And anyway, there was a court case.
But wait a minute. To promote, don't you have to employ?
And that's what I was saying. So there has been a court case that has established that relationship.
Yeah, because I know you're a promoter. Oh, we don't employ, but you're promoting a fight, and if the fighters don't show up that you employed, then there is no event. So you're kind of
Have you never delivered pizzas, Mike?
Nope. Hell no, man.
Well, you're contracted. You're not actually employed.
Deliver pizzas. Do you think I could deal with the people? Are you serious? That'd be like me working at a drive-through. I'd be fired like the next minute.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Picking up, Eric.
Breaking up. A little bit. You're starting to freeze.
Can you hear me? No.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, we lost it again. Damn.
Well, We'll have Eddie back for sure because he's obviously
Yeah, definitely.
in close connection with Tim Witherspoon. So we'll have them both on.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Oh, gone again. Shit. Oh, we're getting to that time. Anyway, Greg.
Breaking up.
Yeah. It must be snowing where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's breaking up a little.
Well, the reality of it is, Eddie, we're running out of time for this show, so you'll have to come back and join us again.
I think he's gone. It's
I got
frozen. Oh, Eddie, if you can hear us, we're about to wrap up. Please come back next Friday if you have time. All right, that's it.
There goes his battery. Poof.
Graham, another hour like that.
Oh, he's back. No, he's back.
Another hour.
There he is again. He's got 3% left in his bag. Oh, 1-2%.
All right, I'm going to wrap this up because we got fights to watch.
Yeah.
All right, Friday night panel. Me and Graham, the soldiers coming through, always here, always for you, bringing you the information that is needed for the week and the weekend. All right, fans, talkinfight.com. Go subscribe. Check out all the shows. We got lots. We got to go to work so you don't have to. Check us out next week. Same time, same channel. Hopefully we get Tim back. Maybe Eddie will join us again. But in the meantime, stay good. Stay safe. Knuckle up. Stay healthy. Watch boxing. Love it. That's it. Friday night, we out.
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks.